we are going to discuss very fundamental issues here today, which pertain to our freedom.
Exactly.
I would want you to share it to get to Oge Nkere, alias Oge Nkere Isaiah Anyogo or Harrison, whichever one he wants to call himself. Share it to get to Emma Madabo, Dr. Ruby Nadi, Dr. Joy Irobi, Professor Chioma Ogoma, the man they call Vam Vam Vam.
The Eggman.
Yes, the Eggman. The Abarawa, which they call somebody Achibong, but it goes by Abarawa. Please share it at all of them, even this woman in France, you know, that woman in France. Yes,
okay,
or whatever. Yes.
So share it. What does it mean to declare nation?
Yes, I'm coming. You see, share it. I want this thing to go viral. So when a nation is declared, it means. Are you listening?
Yes, your voice is very, very pleasant.
Yes, I will. Let me go by my. I will come back to this question. Now,
take your time.
Yes, I want to take my time. I will. This your question. I will answer it at the appropriate time and in detail. Yes, I want to start from the known. From the known, everybody knows that Nigeria was amalgamated. Nigeria was amalgamated in 1904.
Yeah.
Yes, in the that is 20th century. Yes, by Britain. And that Nigeria has ceased to exist by 2014, because from that amalgamation they agreed that after 100 years, any part of the union that does not want to continue is free to go. Nigeria has expired. So let me just say that in the passing. So yes, I now come to why I am here. I am here because I've been watching with great pains, what has been going on since we declared. Since we redeclared our nation, what has been going on. I want to take Biafrans to the concept of legal personality. There's a concept in law which we call legal personality. You know, there are two persons, natural person and artificial person. What you call the legal person. You, Mr. Kai, you're a natural person created by God. Somebody can sue you and you can sue somebody. Just like myself who is talking here. Yeah. So when we talk of legal personality, we are talking of persons created by the law. Okay. Yes, the persons created by the law. Just like Briggy. Briggy is a person created by the law. And Briggy can sue, and Briggy can be sued. Something like Access Bank is a person created by the law. Access Bank can sue and can be sued. Fidelity Bank is a person created by the law. It can sue and be sued.
Okay.
So that is all right for that now. Now, you all know that we moved from autopilot. We moved from autopilot to Briggy, Biafran Republic Government in Exile, under Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister of the Biafran Republic Government in Exile. Yes, that was a very great move. In fact, that move of going to Briggy is very, very important, very, very advantageous, and very, very strategic. Yes, because it gave us the legal clothing, the validity to further pursue our freedom. That is what that Briggy did. And by virtue of that briggy, we did self-referendum. Biafrans had their first referendum from 1st of February 2024 to 28th of November 2024. And what Biafrans voted was, do you want to remain in Nigeria or you want to have your freedom under USB? Yes, and more than 50 million Biafrans voted that they want to exit Nigeria. They want to go to have their own freedom, their own country under USB, United States of Biafra. That is what we voted for. Myself and my entire family here, we voted for it. In fact, I voted on the 2nd of February, 2024. That self-referendum. And during the period, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister, was always saying that even though they have a timetable for declaration or whatever, redeclaration, it may come before that time. Yes, he was. I hope you are listening.
Loud and clear. Your voice is everywhere.
Yes, it may come before that time. And that was what happened because of strategic reasons. Because it will be foolhardy for people to travel from different parts of the world and go to Latin Finland, and in the end, they come back and you say that this happened, you know. So, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, God bless you. God bless you. You don't even know what you did for Biafrans. You did so much for Biafrans because you gave Biafrans a platform. You gave Biafrans a voice. You gave Biafrans a reason to continue. I thank you so much. In fact, Biafrans are very, very indebted to you for that thing you did that day, that heroic attitude to come out and redeclare, which some people who call themselves men were not able to do. You came and you did it. God will bless you and your generations. So that is, we redeclared. Now, by virtue of that, Biafrans, please, you should listen. By virtue of that self-referendum, it means that the people have decided to take their liberty in their hands. By virtue of that self-referendum, it means that Briggy, as it then was, has been given the authority to go on to redeclare the United States of Biafra. That is what it means. And that brings me to the question of what somebody that calls himself Don Pedro was asking you. He was asking you about sovereignty. Sovereignty. Sovereignty simply means that supreme power of a state to govern itself. That is what sovereignty means. That supreme power of a state to govern itself, to decide for itself what it wants. That is what sovereignty means. And in law, we say that equity sees as done that which ought to be done. Equity sees as done that which ought to be done. Which means the Biafran people, having decided that they want to be free, they want to be independent, they want to be a nation, went about and had their self-referendum and concluded it with that redeclaration. At that point of redeclaration, upon that the declaration as USB, we have become in law a sovereign nation. We have become in law a sovereign nation. And now I want to answer the question, where does sovereignty reside? Where does sovereignty reside in a modern democracy as as that envisaged by USB. Where does sovereignty reside? What we call political sovereign. It is the people. The people. Yes. The people are the sovereign. The people are the sovereign. Sovereignty belongs to the people. And they donate it to whoever they want. They donate it to their government by virtue of election. Virtue of election. That is, are you getting what I'm saying?
Yes, we are listening to you.
Yes. Or am I too fast?
No, you are not. You are not. You are not. It's okay.
So that is sovereignty. By virtue of the redeclaration, we've become a sovereign state. Because, like I said, equity sees as done that which ought to be done. It is the intention of the Biafran people to be free, to be independent, to be sovereign. Independence means nothing. Just it is an independent country. It's a sovereign country. An independent country is a country that has the power to rule itself. That is what sovereignty means. And I've just told you where you can find sovereignty. Where does it reside? It resides in the people. It resides with the people who give it out through elections. And that is the difference between Europe, the West, and a country such as Nigeria.
Because some people say that that you must be in charge of your border to protect your border. You must be in control of your land and your resources. That is to them, that is the sovereignty. What do you have to say about it?
That is not true. That is the view of a layman. You see, that the issue of border, the issue of protecting your being in charge of your territory, those things are not what determines sovereignty. Sovereignty resides with the people. Sovereignty resides with the people. The people, they are the ones that will decide whether they want to be a sovereign nation or not.
Or not. Okay.
Yes. The people, you and me, and these all other Biafrans, both the ones in diaspora and the ones in homeland. They are the people, and they are the ones that decide, that have that power of sovereignty. Sovereignty resides with them. That is why they are called the political sovereign. If it's a monarchy, if it's in a monarchy, sovereignty resides with the ruler, who is a monarch, who does what he wants. That one is a monarch. But in a modern democracy, such as USB, sovereignty resides with the people.
So in other words, immediately after the self-referendum, where people come together, agree and vote that this is what they want, this is the name they want to bear, and everything, that is the sovereignty.
That is final. That is final. That wish of the people cannot be set aside. There's no court in this world that can set aside that 50 million or more Biafrans that voted in that self-referendum. There's no court in this land that can do it, because it is their right to self-determine. They have a right to self-determine, to say what they are. And that is why equity says that equity considers as done that which ought to be done.
Okay.
One of the maxims, what we call one of the maxims of equity, that equity considers as done that which ought to be done. So having voted in self-referendum and having redeclared, that aspect is concluded. In fact, at that point of redeclaration, Biafra has been restored in the eyes of the law, to those who have that legal mind, to the international community that has legal mind. Biafra has been redeclared. Biafra has been restored. So what we should be talking now is not restoration any longer. What we should be talking now is consolidation, consolidation, consolidation. That is what Biafra should be talking now. And that is what the USB government should be doing now, to consolidate. To consolidate. As for restoration, Biafra has been restored.
When you say consolidation, is that different from recognition? or the same
Yes, it's part of, they all belong to that package, both recognition, consolidation. From consolidation, as the more you consolidate, the more you attract recognition.
Recognition.
Yes.
What are those ingredients of consolidation? It mean the structure, government structure,
Government structure, as the government is giving out ID card, as they are about talking about driver's license, passport, and all these things they are doing, currency, they are consolidating. They are doing something. Yes, as they are doing these things, people at the international community, they are saying them, they are consolidating that their redeclaration, that their restoration. They are trying to consolidate it.
Question. I hope you don't mind.
Yes. They are free to ask questions, so that because the more they ask questions, the more I will be able to maybe explain points that maybe I have omitted or something like that.
Okay. Please have sent the link. We're gonna manage the minutes, because even today, Don Pedro, you can follow the link and come and ask questions. Just few questions. Not
let Don Pedro come, please.
Don Pedro, the link is here, and all of you, everybody can come. And this program we are going to, because we are managing our studio can accommodate 6 people. So once you ask your question, then I will take you down. You answer your question. If you want again, you come up again, please. The link is out. Today, let us learn from legal part, side of it, without this blind argument that we do here. Okay, we have somebody, Nadia. You're welcome. Unmute your mic. Please unmute your mic. Wada, is it Wada? I don't know. I don't know. Please unmute your mic.
Good evening from my end. Uri Choma Wachineke. Thank you so much. This is Governor of State of Ikemba on the line.
Okay. We are listening.
Yes.
Okay. Dunu, Governor State of Ikemba. Uri Choma Noyobona. Thank you so much, our lawyer. Thank you so much for your explanation. Besides, I'm not here to ask any question, just to applaud you, Kai. You are doing a marvelous work. It's not an easy task. You are so good. Just to applaud you, because what am I trying to say? What Oge Nkere is doing, we all know. Because Dr. Ngozi Ohabeze, being a COS, why in Briggy, she have everything in the tip of her finger. Everything our PM is doing, she's involved. In one scenario that happened in state of Ikemba before I become the governor, when there was an issue, PM called the Ikemba citizen to talk to us, and COS was there. So when the matter was the way it looked, he called COS, go into Ikemba state and reshuffle everybody and make sure everything is intact. Then call me back. Let me know where you stop. You understand? If COS have no power or have anything to say in the government, she will not be involved. Everything planned by our PM, COS is involved. All the platform that was created, COS was the one signatory to it. Interview that was done, because I am one of the candidates that was interviewed by our COS. So what am I trying to say? They are just like beating around the bush, because they are power mongering. They want to belong. They know that there is no room for them. All of them, there is no room for any position. So they just want to be irrelevant in their own way, which everybody who knows the truth know that what they are doing is not right. They just want to create confusion where there is no confusion. But I just thank God the way the government is moving, because they don't listen to gossip. They cannot be stopped. We are unstoppable and we move. Thank you so much, Nwachineke. God bless you, our lawyer.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Excellency. You're welcome. Thank you so much.
I yield my mic.
God bless you. God bless you. All right, Greg, let's hear from you.
Yeah.
Please, question.
Yeah. Mazikai, good evening.
Good evening to you, my brother.
My greetings to our barrister.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, my brother. My question is this. Because you said that if the law catch Oge Nkere, maybe it might not catch this man called himself Elias. But when Elias was employed, he read the charter of Biafra, which I think it is that this very charter that they used to establish Briggy, which Elias was employed, and I believe they gave him that charter. So, and now, before the declaration of Biafra, then we left charter to Biafra Constitution. So the first convention was lodged charter, and which Oge Nkere was witness. And the charter, which I believe this man Elias know about the charter that Biafra have, the Briggy government is used before the constitution. So, and now he took $20,000, I think, if I'm correct, and they going out of that charter and the constitution of Biafra, and they go and make another bylaw that permit Oge Nkere to do all these things he's doing. So how will he claim that he don't know, or he don't know the law, or he don't know that the Biafra have charter, or he don't know that Biafra have moved to the constitution, which Oge Nkere is a witness in all those things. He was there present in all these things. So how can he claim, he being the lobbyist, claim that he don't know? So that is my number one question. So number two question is, I don't know what permit the law that permit Oge Nkere to be doing fundraising, talking he's commander-in-chief of the military of Biafra armies. So that is my question. Thank you, my brother. God bless you.
Okay, thank you. So let me start from the second question. You see, I've earlier told you that Oge Nkere is just like a wild dog, just running up and down. He's acting ultra-virus. He's acting ultra-virus. Whatever he's doing it without authority, and he's doing it intentionally. He's doing it intentionally. Anytime we are going to take any action, the person we are going to proceed against is Oge Nkere. This man you call Elias is not a Biafran. It's not a Biafran. So he's only working for Oge Nkere. Oge Nkere he's just doing the bidding of Oge Nkere, what he wants him to do. So the law,
pay for the service.
Yes, pay for his services. So he doesn't. In fact, he does not owe us any duty. The person he owes a duty is Oge Nkere, and he will continue to lead Oge Nkere until he leads him into a pit. So that is just that.
Greg, does that answer your question?
Okay. He knows better than me. So
yeah, that is that. You know, it is Oge Nkere.
So
Oge Nkere, whatever Oge Nkere is doing, like I said before, has no basis in law, because that is Briggy is a forged Briggy. It's a counterfeit Briggy. It's a fake Briggy. It does not exist in law, because he is an agent. It's a mere agent, a messenger, an errand man. And he cannot do anything except he was asked to go and do it. So he has no powers whatsoever to do any of those things that he has been doing all this time. So I think he's acting a script. They're playing. He's acting a drama, a script. So that is how I see Oge Nkere in what he's doing.
Thank you so much. Now let's give the mic to Ocean Master.
Ndewo. Our able barrister, I greet you. May God bless you. The one Biku Mazi Kai, we can give to go to the form we get a go. Can those name to go?
Okay. I'll let you go. Welcome.
I want to can drop what, but
no, don't worry. I can drop you anytime.
Oh.
I'll let you go. You're welcome, sir.
Yeah, okay. Mazi Kai, well done. The lawyer, our lawyer in court, well done. I have two questions. And the question is one is when Obatobe started, based on the analysis you have given as an illegal expert, let me assume that why Obatobe decided to do his own is based on because Obatobe is a lawyer, so he knows the implication of maybe trying to stick with IPOB. He knew if he used it to proceed, it might cost him. I'm just guessing. He felt as a lawyer, it might cause him trouble, and he decided to make his own, form his own, and has nothing to do with IPOB. Now, having said that, I want to know from you, if Obatobe comes out tomorrow, because there's something I wrote in the comment section that, because I believe Oge Nkere as an agent, because I also do, when I was I'm also an agent. I give properties, I sell land. If Obatobe comes out today, when Oge Nkere acquired this place and become an agent, when the document was signed, I want to ask you as a lawyer, do you think Obatobe have any documents in regard to that brigade office?
Yes, Obatobe should have a document with regard to that brigade office.
And that document he will have, he still bears him as the principal, like you said.
There's even in that office themselves should that registered brigade under Obatobe. Yes. They have it, and the agent you are, the one you say you sell land. It's not the same thing with this Oge Nkere owner.
Okay.
No, there's a difference. The law that governs Oge Nkere's agency is the law of agency. Okay. Yes, whereby an agent cannot take any action without the authorization of the principal, which is always in express authorization. You understand?
Yes.
Oh, yes, no. An agent cannot do that. Look at now. You said he changed the name. He changed Ruben Nadi. Later on, he changed what do you call it? Amobn. That shows that he has a criminal intention. What I tried to explain before: mens rea and actus reus, which are the two elements that must exist before any offense is complete. Committed. He has satisfied those listings. So there is even Dr. Ngozo Rabweze should be in possession of that parent brigade documents.
Yes.
She should have it.
Okay. Thank you. Now, finally, if Obatobe comes out now, because what is going on now, because like you rightly said, I assume Oge Nkere have started his own, but where he shot his first self on the foot is by using brigade. Even CRC, they're also in a corporate because their own also linked to brigade. So let me ask you, if Obatobe comes out now and he decided to show up now, and maybe he comes and he will brief that so guys, see, this is what has happened in your absence. Brigade, Oge Nkere have done this and he has done this. They are no longer with that. He's now a prime minister. and Co, they are this, they are that. Just in a simple term, what do you think going forward Obato Obie will do?
Obato Obie has two options.
Okay.
Obato Obie has two options. If he comes out with what you have told me, he has two options. One, the first option is to disregard whatever they are doing, because like I've told you, this Oge Nkere Brigi is neither here nor there legally. It's neither here nor there legally. It has no that is just that. You know, the government should, you know, make a publication and trace the history of how the parent bill came about, and this other one Oge Nkere is doing. So when, you know, the government should make a disclaimer of Oge Nkere, warning the general public not to deal with Oge Nkere, that anybody who deals with Oge Nkere and gets into trouble, that person should bear his own cross. You see?
I think a DPM has been doing that.
Okay. So once the government does that, the government is free. So Oge Nkere can, if he goes about doing whatever he's doing, he's just wasting his time. It's just like